order to campus change from the Newark campus to the Columbus campus, remember that you need to have 30 credit hours after high school graduation and at least a 2.0 Ohio State GPA. If you have questions about finding campus change resources, they are on the Newark website. So if you go to newark.osu.edu, you can find it here under academics and academic advising. That's this page we're on right now. You can also just go to Google and search campus change Ohio State Newark, and you will find this website. A lot of the main concerns for students tend to be with housing as they transition from the Newark to the Columbus campus. And your academic advisor doesn't have a ton of insight on that. You really need to contact housing directly and ask them about what your options are, whether that is signing a housing contract for the upcoming year, submitting an exemption, or whether or not you are maybe no longer under the housing regulation. But housing will answer all of those questions based on your situation. You want to make sure that you file the FAFSA every single year. And if you have questions about how your aid might change, you can contact the Buckeye Link office on the Columbus campus or speak here with our student financial services. Now, how do you actually go about requesting to campus change? You have access to a Carmen module. So it would look like you are enrolled in maybe an additional course, and it will say Campus Change Summer and Autumn 2025. We roll that into one module there for both of these upcoming terms, since very few students campus change for the summer. To get access to that module earlier in the semester, you should have received multiple emails from your advisor giving you basically the information I'm giving you right now, but it would have had a link to RSVP to the module. And if you missed that, that's okay. You can still come out to this website and fill that out. Once you have RSVP'd, you'll be added to that Carmen module there about campus change, and you will open it up and start progressing through all of the information. Now, I can tell you that there are 6 or so quizzes, and you do need to get 4 out of 5 on those quizzes as you progress through. And the content in there is pretty robust. But if you watch the videos, read the articles, access the resources, you should be able to get through that module in somewhere around 40 minutes to an hour or so. That's not to say that there isn't hours and hours of important information in there related to campus resources that you're about to hear from, like the Dennis Learning Center and housing and all sorts of things. But the module itself does take probably somewhere around 45 minutes. Once you have worked your way through that module and answered all of the questions on the quizzes and been able to progress all the way through to the end to the last quiz, you will land on a campus change request form page. And on that campus change request form, you're going to put in your information. It's going to ask you to use your advising report to make sure that you have everything in there, like your Ohio State ID, your last name, dot number, your major, and the number of credit hours and things that you have earned. So you'll finish that form. Once you have finished that form, that's going to go to your academic advisor. Most academic advisors are processing those every week, maybe every 2 weeks, and you'll receive an email from your advisor when they have submitted that request to the Columbus campus. Now, this is where it leaves the hands of your Newark academic advisor and lands in the hands of a Columbus academic advisor or academic unit. So once your Newark advisor has submitted that to the Columbus campus is going to wait generally for your spring grades to post, because that's the situation that most students are in. They need their spring grades in order to meet campus change eligibility. So once spring grades post and the semester sort of winds down and all those end of semester things are taken care of from an advisor's other duties that they have to do, the campus change person in your academic unit will start working on processing campus change. Now, remember that there are multiple regional campuses and a lot of students who campus change every semester. So you are going to need to be patient during the month of May and June and maybe even July, waiting for that confirmation welcome email to the Columbus campus. Now, part of that is going to be that you're going to get assigned a new academic advisor on the Columbus campus, as well as given some information about how your unit works when you campus change. Now, all of that to say, there are some general concerns that students have about the process, and their big question is always, what do I do about scheduling? Well, if you're planning to be campus change eligible for the autumn term, you just go ahead and schedule your courses on the Columbus campus. And then what you can do to sort of give yourself some comfort in that is once your spring grades post, you can generate your advising report. You can add up the credit hours that you've earned after high school graduation, and you can check on your Ohio State cumulative GPA to make sure that you meet the 30 credit hour and 2.0 GPA requirements. And even though you might not receive a campus change confirmation for a month and a half or so, you will know then that you are campus change eligible and you're just waiting on that final confirmation, and that the classes that you scheduled for autumn are all good and you're planning to finish that campus change process. So once you receive that confirmation that your Newark advisor has submitted that campus change request, you're going to need to be patient as your unit works through all of those requests during the months of May and June, typically. Though sometimes in certain cases, because of the number of students, it can take a little bit longer. It is important to note that during that campus change module, you will also have the opportunity to submit an application for the Associate of Arts degree. The Associate of Arts degree is a free degree that you can earn for having attended Ohio State Newark. There are some general requirements that you need to meet that are laid out in the application and as part of the degree. However, most students who have attended Ohio State Newark can earn that degree once they've earned around about 60 credit hours. I would encourage you to apply for that Associate of Arts degree if you get the chance to do that. And if you don't do it during the campus change module, you can apply for it later, as long as you make sure to submit an application before you graduate with your bachelor's degree. So I would encourage you to do that. Like I said, it's just that extra degree kind of marking a halfway point in your degree progress towards a bachelor's degree. Steph, are there any questions in the chat or anything?
No, I did share the campus change link.
Okay, great. Yeah. And then, so your final thing as far as the campus change process is to make sure that once you have campus change, once you've received that information and you're taking the about who your new academic advisor is on the Columbus campus, where your academic unit is located and things like that, is to engage with them once you get to the Columbus campus. So participate in any welcome events that your unit is having or welcome events that the campus is having. Welcome week, making sure that you're sort of familiarizing yourself with the Columbus campus throughout that first couple weeks of the semester and connecting with resources and things like that, so you know where to go in case you need help. And I would recommend that in most cases you meet with your academic advisor earlier in the semester, maybe in weeks 3, 4, 5, so you can get some additional information about your major and things like that. Because of the way advising works on the Newark campus, a lot of us advise majors where we don't necessarily talk about advanced curriculum because they can't be completed here. So you might want to have that conversation early so you know where your major is going and how, if there are any concerns that you have. And so once you get assigned that new advisor, it would be important to meet with them within your first semester on the Columbus campus. Okay. I think that is all that I have today. You're welcome to reach out if you do have any questions to your assigned academic advisor. Remember, you can find them on Buckeye Link and in OnCourse if you have any questions about the campus change process. And I believe with that, I think we're ready for Jackie.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much, Michael. That was really great information. I already shared this with the virtual participants, but if you have questions, please feel free to use the chat and or the Q&A. I'll be putting some important information in there as well, so just be checking it throughout. But I am going to hand things over to Jackie so that she can share her screen and chat with you guys about the Dennis Learning Center.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we are good.
Okay, great. Well, it is nice to be able to talk with you all today. I am excited to welcome you to Columbus campus as well. My name is Jackie Von Spiegel. I run the Dennis Learning Center, and the Dennis Learning Center is a service on Columbus campus that might be kind of similar to the services that you have on regional campuses. But a little bit different. So wanted to make sure that you know that you still have support when you come to Columbus campus. So the Dennis Learning Center is, I can move my slides here. We are a free resource for all Ohio State students who are seeking to improve academic success in college through tangible and research-based academic strategies. In other words, I like to say we help students become the best students they can be. So we're really going to help you be successful in your classes. We have a long-time partnership with Ohio State's Educational Psychology Department. So we use the research in learning and motivation to promote our mission, which is to enhance the academic lives of students at Ohio State. So as we're talking here today, if you want to think about what are your academic strengths, what do you do really well in terms of academics? And then also what could you improve on? Some things that we talk about at the Dennis Learning Center are things like study skills and strategies, organization, time management, motivation, which I know is difficult this time of semester especially, procrastination, test-taking skills, note-taking skills, and lots of other things. So those are kind of the topics that we work on at the Dennis Learning Center. We can help with things, we hear things from students like, I can't focus in class and I get distracted when I'm studying, or I keep forgetting about assignments until it's too late. And a lot of people, I didn't have to study in high school, and now I realize I don't know how to study. And sometimes, even if you do know how to study, you encounter new challenges in different classes that kind of throw you for a loop and think, oh, maybe I need to switch up what I'm doing. So we all encounter those situations from time to time. So that is the perfect opportunity to come and boost your skills at the Dennis Learning Center. So our services, we offer courses that you can enroll in to enhance your skills. We offer academic coaching. We have workshops and online resources. So I'll go over each of those. First, our courses are graded elective courses. So you can actually get a grade in this class. And what you learn in our classes is you learn those strategies to improve your learning. They're actually called Learning to Learn courses. So we know that you're a college student, we know you are doing well, and you know how to learn. But sometimes we might struggle a little bit in one or more classes. Sometimes it's just motivation or life circumstance that makes our academics take a little hit. And sometimes we just want to get a boost because we're moving on to bigger and better things. So any of those are great reasons to take Dennis Learning Center courses. They are small classes for personal attention and connection with really supportive instructors. And as I said, you do get a grade, so it does count towards your GPA. And what we do find is that students who take our courses have higher GPAs than students who don't. So the courses do work. Here are some of the courses you might look out for. They are all in the Educational Studies, Educational Psychology. That's ESEPSY department, ESEPSY. So 1259 is our flagship course. That is 1259. You might see that in autumn semester. If you're still at Newark at autumn semester, you'll see it there, and you might have taken it last autumn. But that is our Learning and Motivation Strategies for College Success. That's offered every semester, including summer, at Columbus campus, and you can take it online as well as in person. We have some online courses, including our Online Learning Strategies course. That one is online asynchronous, 3 credit hours, half a semester. Great way to boost your knowledge of online learning skills. So even if you're not in an online course or in an online program, every course has online components and tools that you use to manage your time, to manage your studies. And this course will help you to be really efficient at that. Our 1359 class, Critical Thinking and Collaboration in Online Learning, this is really making sure that you're a good consumer of information and that you're able to talk with others. That is a critical component of every job now, is collaboration with teammates, with clients, and being able to think critically and collaborate online is an essential skill. 2059 is Becoming a Self-Regulated Learner. That's a 2 credit hour class, half session. This is great for when maybe you dropped a class and you need to pick up something to be full-time. This is a great course to really help you bounce back from that experience and learn ways to be the best student you can be. And our 2060 class is specifically strategies for international students. You can talk with your academic advisors about which of those courses might be right for you. We also offer academic coaching. This is where you can address your academic concerns in free coaching sessions. These are one-on-one meetings with peer coaches. So they're undergraduate students themselves who've been trained in learning and motivation. And they've been trained in how to coach students as well. And they're going to provide you with personalized support for your life, things that'll actually work in real life. So this is, you can use your coach to help you set goals and stay accountable. And there's an opportunity for follow-up sessions so you can have a continued relationship with your coach. And as I said, this is a free service, so I encourage you to take advantage of this. Also, if you would like to become an academic coach, please message me and we can help you work on that. If you'd like to learn more about academic coaching, you can visit our YouTube channel. We have a video called What to Expect in a Coaching Appointment, so you can kind of prepare yourself before you come. You can also easily schedule coaching sessions online through OnCourse. When you are admitted to Columbus campus, you will have access to that right away. We offer coaching across campus as well as through Zoom, so it is convenient for you. We also have workshops. Our workshops are on specific topics, so kind of a group setting, one specific topic that will help you to boost your skills. So things like procrastination, memory tools, online learning, first generation success, how to make great study groups, and boosting your motivation. We have like 20 different topics. You can find all of these workshops on our website. And you can also find a lot of them on first year success series or for STEP PDCs, the professional development credits. Those are things that you can do, Dentist Learning Center workshops, to kind of meet other requirements as well. We also have online resources these are just free resources on our website and on our YouTube channel that you can watch online or download for later. So if you just want to revitalize your note-taking, you want to fix up your planner and get more organized, or you are looking for some tips and tricks, make sure to check out our website for more information. We also have a monthly newsletter that we can send to you through the email. We partner with other campus resources on Columbus campus, including tutoring at Ohio State. Important to know about tutoring at Columbus campus, it is departmental for the most part. So if you want tutoring in economics, you go to the economics department. You want tutoring in physics, you go to the physics department. So the tutoring is not really in one location at Columbus campus. So this is where it's kind of a little bit of a difference there. If you are looking for counseling, mental health counseling services, there are counseling services available through counseling and consultation services, as well as wellness coaching, which also utilizes peer coaches for things outside of academics. Academic advising, of course, you've already heard from them as well, so make sure to check out OnCourse for help with that when you come to Columbus campus. And career support, we have Buckeye Careers. They are career counselors and can help you get ready for whatever is next for you after your undergraduate degree. There's tech help at Columbus campus as well. There's a thing called Buckeye Bar. They can help you if your computer breaks or not sure how to do things. Buckeye Bar is a great place to visit. That is in Thompson Library. And student accommodations. So make sure if you think that you need accommodations to talk with Student Life Disability Services. And we partner with all of these other campus resources. But of course, at Columbus campus, we're not located in one place. We're all kind of spread throughout campus. Where we are located is on South Campus, right down here where the kind of red dot is in Youngkin Success Center. So we're kind of south of the Oval. We have open study tables, and there is tutoring available at the Dentist Learning Center, but all of our services are also available online and at other locations around campus. So we try to make it convenient for you. All right, you can follow us on social media. We're at DLC_OSU on all the things. So you can see my coaches, the undergraduates do run our social media accounts, so they are pretty fun, and you can get a lot of motivation and tips and tricks from them. So that's at DLC_OSU. And our website is dennislearningcenter.osu.edu. And our email is dlc@osu.edu. So please reach out if you do have any questions. I'd be happy to help.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jackie.
Thank you.
All right. So next up, we have Beth Wallace, who is very familiar with Ohio State Newark's campus. So we're excited to have her back again to chat with you guys about some of the resources that she is now an expertise in. Beth, take it away.
Okay, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes, okay, just want to make sure. All right, hello, good morning. My name is Beth Wallace. I am at the Columbus campus. Stephanie shared I was on the Newark campus for a number of years as an academic advisor. So I'm excited to be here with you today and to answer any questions about the Columbus campus, but also know that I have an idea of where you're coming from. So if you have specific questions about that transition from Newark to Columbus, feel free to ask those in the chat, or you can ask at the end. I'm actually in a new role here at Ohio State doing, it's a housing role, but I'm actually in residence education. And so that might sound like a weird word, but what it really means is I'm the part of your experience that wants you to be involved when you get to campus as part of student life, because we know that that impacts learning and that impacts your overall college experience. So I can also answer your housing questions. I know when Michael presented, he shared that that is sort of not the area of expertise of advisors. Which is true, but if you do have housing questions, I would be a great person for you to ask. So I can speak to living on campus, I can speak to the housing contract process. I'm not going to go over that today, but I can answer those questions. And I can also talk to you about off-campus living. So if you're thinking about coming to Ohio State, but you don't want to live in a residence hall, we can also talk about that. So I am actually going to spend my time today going over information about how to get involved while you are on the Columbus campus. So first off, I know when you're in the Newark campus, you have a Buck ID, so good job. You're going to use that when you come to Columbus as well. It's kind of your access point into certain buildings. It has, typically you can put money on it to spend at restaurants or out to eat. It's also something you're going to be able to use in the libraries and anywhere where we ask for identification. When you board a CODA bus and all the different resources we have on campus, it's always really important to have it tucked into your phone case. You're always going to have your Buck ID somewhere handy. You do not need to get a new one. The one that you have at Newark works just as well here in Columbus, so don't feel like you need to get anything changed about it. If you do need to replace it, our office is on the 3rd floor of the Student Union. We can help you with that. I wanted to just give you a snapshot. We won't go into depth about this, but I will be taking questions. If you are interested in living on campus and you have questions, or you already were living on campus at the Newark campus and you're thinking about making that transition to the Columbus campus, this is a great time to ask those questions. So I have put our website in the corner, but this is a snapshot of what that page looks like directly as it pertains to campus change. So on the top bar, you see a list of different tabs. I just clicked on incoming students, and if you scroll down, there's an entire section just for campus change students, and that helps you start to navigate this process in the list that we have here. It's a lot of information, so if you have actual questions, please feel free to ask me today. All right, ways to get involved. So this slide gives you a sense of all the different ways that you can be involved, even if you're not living in a residence hall. So a lot of folks think, oh, well, if I'm not living in a dorm on campus, I'm just not going to have the same experience. And we want you to know that you can be commuting from home, you could be commuting from an apartment across High Street, or you could be commuting from another community in the area, living with friends and still be involved on campus. We don't want that to discourage you. We want you to think about how can you get involved and what makes sense for you in your life. Do you want to work here as a part-time employee in a student job? Are you interested in doing some of our student organizations? Do you want to get involved in rec sports? We've got a little something for everyone, and we want you to have that experience while you're here. We have over, I think we're at 14 or 15, almost 1,500 student organizations, and there's always an option to start a new one. So you will be able to find these by searching. It's really hard to look through all 1,400, so we recommend that you type in a keyword like cats or video games or leadership, and you're going to get a long list of student organizations that pertain to those areas of interest. So this is kind of what that page looks like. You're able to search by keyword, you can search by just the letter and see what's out there for you. This isn't a particularly important slide for all of you right now, because if you're a Newark student, you can actually start attending meetings in Columbus at a student organization as a Newark student. So if you're thinking about test driving a couple of these student orgs before you get to Columbus, highly recommend coming to some of the student meetings. They are not going to check your ID. They're not going to ask you where you're from, except to get to know you. So there's no requirement or student activities fee associated with attending a student organization meeting. So I highly recommend you take advantage of that if you're in the area. I also think if you are going to live on campus, we have learning communities, which look really similar to what you might hear about in Newark, where students live in the same community and they learn together. So they might live on the same floor in one building. But if you're thinking about living on campus and you're not really committed to the idea of a living learning community, I think involved living student organizations are an excellent alternative. So these are students who live on campus, but they participate in organizations together and don't actually live all on the same floor or even in the same building. They might live across campus, but they do activities together as part of a group. So these are just 3 examples of some of the most popular involved living organizations that we have at Ohio State. These are large groups of students, but they help you meet friends who have similar interests. So the other 3 that I think are super popular, we've got folks who might be interested in theater and production, people who are interested in leadership, can be involved in either the National Residence Hall, honorary, or community councils. So these are great ways to get involved and meet like a smaller group of students to help make your transition a little easier. I also think it's important to know what's going on. So Newark students always come to Columbus and say, how does everybody know when the big free concert is? Or how did everybody know that there was an event on the South Oval today? This is how they know. So this is the student life calendar. And I have it open as of this morning. These are the first 4 events that pop up, but you can see on the website that if you want to search by date, if you want to search by category, or even which student organizations have posted an event, this is one of the best places for you to see what's coming in the next week, the next month. And if you're a part of a student organization and you want to advertise the event that you're having, this is where you would post it on the student involvement calendar. So there's something for everyone here, and we want you to feel like you're involved, but also included. And so it might feel overwhelming when you get here, but these are ways to find out, what does it seem like everybody else knows about? We also recommend that you pull up your Ohio State app. So the app has some of this information in it as well. So if something is coming up on campus, the Ohio State app will be able to let you know that that's happening. And there's all kinds of advantages to being able to use that while you're a student at Columbus that may increase from what you were experiencing as a student at Newark. So your options, once you switch to the Columbus campus, the app becomes much more robust. Because a lot of the activities that happen at Ohio State that you hear about are typically happening in Columbus. So you'll be able to have access to all that information as well. We always like to let students know that if you are from the area or if you are not from Columbus, but you're interested in exploring Columbus, we have so many things. We're the 14th largest city in the country, which might overwhelm people, but I want to let you know that the cost of some of these events on the screen are particularly high for maybe someone in the community, but for students, we have something called discount tickets or DTICs, and you get extremely awesome discounts on a lot of these activities. So if there are tickets to a show you want to go to, if you want to go to a museum, if you want to go to the zoo, you're able to get 2 tickets to any of these events at extremely discounted rates. You just have to apply online at dtix.osu.edu and then collect your tickets at the union and you're good to go. So just want to make sure you knew that was available. This is kind of what I would call the capture everything slide. So if you are listening, but you didn't want to pull up the websites, you can scan this QR code and it's going to give you our Get Involved guide. And this is something that is all the information and more than I shared in this slide about what's available at Ohio State and what kinds of different ways you could get involved while you're here. And I keep saying involved because if you were in a student organization or if you were a part of something at the Newark campus, likely there's something similar in Columbus. If you were kind of a drive to campus, drive home, didn't really stay or hang out with people as much on the Newark campus, we really want you to take advantage of that here in Columbus because it's part of your student experience and it typically increases students' awareness of their academic like pursuits, maybe careers. You're networking with individuals, you're meeting other people, having new experiences, and this really tends to increase GPA and investment in your academic education. And so we really think that these go hand in hand. So while academics that Jackie was sharing, all the resources about studying and learning how to perform well academically here at Ohio State, I think it's equally as important on our side of student life to be involved and engaged with others and having those relationships and those experiences, because they tend to enhance the learning that you're having in the classroom. So in and outside of the classroom are equally important, and we really want you to find a way to get connected to other people. So there's also an option. I know that you don't actually get an orientation as a student when you make campus change to Columbus. So you've already attended an orientation at the Newark campus, so we don't actually require you to go through orientation in Columbus. However, there are so many things that you may not have learned because you didn't get a traditional orientation. So this website has a bunch of videos and information on the sorts of things that you might have seen at orientation in Newark that we'd like you to see over here in Columbus. So while it's on your own time and it's your own choice which ones you want to watch, we really encourage you to check these out in case you have other questions or you have concerns or just interest, that this is another way for you to get access to orientation. So that is my last slide. So I will stop and see if there were any questions. I can also turn it over to Chaka and do questions at the end.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Beth. I think that all of that information and your emphasis on like the importance of, yes, like what you're involved in inside of the classroom is just as important as what you are outside. Especially since you're starting on a new campus and you want to make the most of it. So thank you so much for all that information. I did not see any questions in the chat, by the way.
Sounds good. I'll turn it over to Chaka.
All right. Shaka, whenever you are ready, we are ready for you.
All right, hopefully. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, we could hear you. Okay.
Great. Did my screen change? Be showing the whole. Nope.
Yep, we see the rise.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right, thank you. Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Chaka Wilson. I'm a program manager in the Office of Undergraduate Education, and I manage the RISE initiative. So RISE stands for Reimagining the Student Experience. We are a purpose-driven initiative that offers a unique educational experience that helps scholars reimagine their student experience on the Ohio State University's Columbus campus. So we offer academic success coaching, support services, and other things to help eliminate barriers when the students transition to the Columbus campus. Our funding is supported by corporates, donors, other grants, and under the RISE initiative, we actually have 3 different programs. So we have the Fostering Achievement Network, that is for foster care alumni or students who identify as formerly living in foster care, kinship care, or another out-of-home placement. We offer support services for them. We have the Dr. James L. Moore III Scholars Program, which works for transfer students from Columbus State Community College. And for our program's purposes, we have the Regional Campus Transitional Scholars Program, where we support students who are campus changing from any of our regional campuses to the Columbus campus. Our program is designed for our RCT students in 2 terms, so their first academic year with us. We have the academic success coaching, where our students are paired with an academic success coach to help them if they have any challenges in the classroom or to help set goals, academic goals, personal goals. We have academic success activities that we have the students set to do. One of those are including, again, SMART goals, if they are considering transitioning to grad school after graduation, or also if they need help with setting up appointments to get help with counseling for financial aid or scholarships. We also have monthly meetings where we have guest speakers and presenters to help acclimate students to the resources on campus. We have community service involvement. We have social engagement experiences where we encourage that getting involved that Beth was speaking highly of. And then we also have our scholars that are paired with a social peer assistant. And those social peer assistants typically come from a regional campus themselves and have also gone through our program. So they're a good mentor and support with getting you acclimated on campus. And then in our second term, we expand on the career education and leadership development of our scholars. And that's our newest initiative within our program. And we're excited about the opportunity for students to do more of a self-paced, self-guided career exploration, education exploration, whether that's increasing their grades so that they can get into a program of choice, or if they're looking to go on to grad and professional school, we have resources to help support them and helping guide them through that journey or leadership development. Uh-oh. Okay, so what benefits do RISE scholars have? Currently we have lockers in Hale Hall. That's where I'm located. And we have 24 lockers. So we are hoping to get that kicked off and started this autumn semester coming up. And then we also have the Graduate Assistance and Professional Program, where we assist students if they need help with purchasing materials for a grad exam or registering fees for a grad exam as well. And then we have the scholarship and awards. So if there are any additional donors or funds that that donors offer to us, then we are able to help them with that. So the different scholarships, there's not a specific scholarship for Campus Change students. However, we do have donors that have sometimes donated funds to us. And so right now we have a technology scholarship. There's still funds left right now, but we don't know if those funds are going to be exhausted. And so those are the scholarships. But then sometimes, like I said, if there's any additional funds, then we're able to offer that as well. But typically, it's donor funds going to our programs, and then we're able to offer those, and we would have an application for that. But to get involved in our program, it's go.osu.edu /rise-RCT. So that is the current application, and we are now accepting scholars in our program. Again, that's go.osu.edu /rise, it's RISE-RCT. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to also email me at wilson.1071@osu.edu. So students can apply for up to $1,500, and that's if they have additional needs for, like if they have searched and they see this laptop or an iPad, something that's technology related, they can apply for assistance with that. Some students have applied for emergency assistance as well. So what we have to do when we get that application is students have to also have room in their account to be able to fit the aid, because we do put the aid onto the student's account. And again, if you email me, because it's not widely out there, but if you email me, I can get that link to you so that you can apply for that when you come here to the Columbus campus.
Okay, great. Did you have any other questions about that? Awesome. And yeah, I can connect any students that came today to any of these resources, wonderful ladies that presented. So thank you so much for answering that a little bit further. Okay, so if there are any other questions, again, feel free to just raise your hand or put them in the chat for those of you that are here virtually. I am just very quickly, because I know we're coming up on the end here, just going to share my screen one last time, because I just had a couple of last minute items to share with you. We do have a few student success workshops left for the month of April. This is our last month until next school year. You can scan this QR code to see the rest of the student success workshops that we're going to have through the month of April. And then I did just want to put a last little plug for our passport program. If you're participating, please make sure that you get it stamped today in person or virtually. Just write down the name and the date of your workshops that you attend, and you would just return that to our office in Hodges Hall, Retention and Student Success, and then we will enter your name in a raffle to win an Amazon gift card at the end of spring semester. Any questions again? I'm going to stick around for a couple minutes, but we also have this QR code. This is a survey so that you can let us know how today's workshop went for you. There's also a place in there to let us know any topics that you'd like to see covered in future student success workshops too. Other than that, we are at 11:01. Thank you all for coming today. Thank you to our wonderful campus partners over in Columbus, and then also Michael Brown, who stepped out earlier, for presenting today. And if you guys have any questions, students, please feel free to reach out to us. I know some of you have shared your emails in the chat, but you can also connect with me or my team in my office at any time, and we can connect you to any resources that are helpful. So thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see you later.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thanks so much.